Hey there, everyone. My name is Shadow with the guys that play games, and we're here with some, you didn't see this shebang. I bought, MCC a while back, but I didn't really record anything about it because I don't know, didn't really want to, I guess. And I finally decided, like, I might as well. I say that, but this is like my fourth time trying to record because trying to find good settings that result in this looking good, but also not being like, oh, I record for an hour and my video file is like 50 gigabytes. It's like I can't. It's too much, man. And also, I messed with the resolution settings and the aspect ratio because we're not playing normal Halo because that would be boring. Instead, we're going to play a certain game. I'm gonna do it on. I might regret this, but we're going on heroic instead of I originally had this on normal, but we're gonna have pinata on because pinata is fun. And I think that should be it. Man, I'm actually having Boom on for this. But if you couldn't tell, we're gonna play some Cursed Halo because there's a new version out. Inferno Plus came out with a new version a while back. I think it's like Super Cursed Halo Undefined Edition, I think is the name. Yeah, we'll just stick with Pinata, because it's more grenades. And we're gonna do it on Heroic. This is like how many times I've tried to record this. And I always end up with crappy settings. The problem is that it looks too good, and it makes my settings look like dog crap. Well, no, it makes it... It's either it looks too good and the video file is too big, or I can lower it down and it just looks like crap. I'm skipping everything now. The good thing about doing this on Heroic, though, is, now we don't have to deal with this tutorial thing, which is good because it looks not the best. Alright. Yeah, get going. Get out of the way! You idiot. Got no weapons, no grenades. Find Captain Keys in the bridge. So yeah, I wanted to do this because not only because I wanted to do, Cursed Halo Undefined Edition, but also because this is a good opportunity to show off, MTC custom maps and stuff, right? All the custom edition. A while back, I think when they introduced all the Halo 1 modding tools, they made it so that they changed the engine. I don't know exactly what they did, but basically they made all the custom edition maps compatible with MCC. Now, of course, it comes with its own host of problems. It's not perfect. Like you'll notice, there's lots of weird things you'll see later. Captain Keys. I mean, even right away, I can notice that when I press the thing to skip, the Y button doesn't show up. Alright, let's get the pistol. Would be fun to have 3 weapons with this level. One obvious thing is that even with I changed the aspect ratio, but unfortunately, look at how big that ammo number is. And that's pretty consistent. And there's pretty much no way to fix that as far as I'm aware of. Not with the settings, anyways. Which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just really goofy looking. Hell yeah. Still feels great to play this game, though. What's that? Running away? So last time I played, oh wow, did I really just drop the pistol? Oh, there we go. I didn't really use the throwing pistol much for a while, so we're gonna use that a lot more in this run for a while, because we're not gonna, there's a ton of new stuff, but you don't, just like in Halo fashion, you don't really see a lot of it for a while. What the hell? So I might as well, try to play it a little differently. I think we played on normal when I played this the first time, so... this gives us an opportunity to at least play around a little. Because, I mean, I feel like no matter what mod I play, it always ends up just being like, where's the plasma pistol? Just give me that. No, it's not using anything else. Actually, we'll pick up this too. So I think I use this a fair bit, but not that much. It's actually so fun having Pinata on. Pinata might actually be my favorite new skull. Like, even though it's such a simple effect, it's basically just a skull that's just like, hell yeah, punch stuff for grenades. Like, it's just fun. You know, the throwing, I don't think there's enough credit for how cool a weapon the throwing pistol is. Not just that you're throwing the pistol, but the fact that it shoots when you're throwing it. Like, I wonder how that even works. Well, it's probably pretty simple, actually. It's probably just... I actually have no idea. I've been doing some Halo modding. A fair bit of it. At least with Halo 2. I've been working on a bunch of Halo 2 stuff. You know, I don't know if that'll ever pop up on this channel, but maybe it will. But, it's not easy doing cool stuff sometimes, because you have to get creative with weird stuff like this. By the way, you may have already noticed, but you can hold 3 grenades in, the, you know, Super Turbo Championship edition of this. Which is nice, because it's like ODST numbers now. Oh, let's get you. Magic Girl Gun. It's basically just a Needler, but no super combine, if you think about it. I mean, really. It's funny, because the effect of the throwing pistol, like when you're shooting it and having it hurt you, that's actually really easy to do, because the game already kind of has that support. Like, already, like, in the game. It's just, like, all the... In Halo 1 and 2, I think every weapon has, like, a trigger value that basically is, like, what determines, like, certain things that the gun does when you shoot it, basically. Like, you know, like the screen shake and all that jazz. So it's probably just as simple as making it so that just hurts you. Covenant on the landing above us. Yeah, well, watch this magic, Cortana. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's our new guy. That guy is a yellow grunt. Man, look at it. Look. Actually, that effect looks so cool. Though I love that it just like stays there. I love all the effects that just stay. Like the decals, Halo 1 are so good, just because they're so resource light, they can just kind of stay here forever. But anyways, yeah, so Yellow Grunt drops a new gun for us. Pick up PP Gun. PP Gun's really fun. It's exactly what you think it is. It's literally just, you shoot it and it just sprays out yellow piss. But what's cool about it is obviously the fact that it shoots in an arc. And it's a close range weapon, which, I mean, Halo has plenty of short range weapons, but who cares? It's actually really good just by virtue of the fact that it's based on the plasma pistol. So it has all the overheat values, But I mean, it's a strong weapon. It's basically a fancy sentinel beam, like if you really think about it. It's a sentinel beam that has an arc. I think the spray has a slight AoE, although don't quote me on that. Alright, watch this. I missed. Watch this, says man who missed. Yeah, the PP gun's actually really good. It has a lot of ammo. And it's fairly strong if you fire it at, like, as long as you can get a good concentrated burst out. Alright. Another thing about it, you could probably get a decent source of D20s in this level just by killing Marines. I'm trying to do this in the dark, but let's just turn on the awesome flashlight. Isn't this flashlight so cool? It's so cool. And since we're on normal and heroic, or we're on heroic and not normal, we can do this. Can have fun with these doors. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez, but we got the elite. That's the important thing. Holy crap, it's still blowing up. Maybe someone managed to not even take any health from that because of the EMP. But, yeah. MCC's emulation of the custom edition stuff is mostly good, But there are a couple weird things. Like, I don't think... Actually, here. I'll even head back and show off a very obvious example of this. Because I kind of just bum rushed through that room. With like, I threw one bukkake and just killed everything. Which is actually pretty good. I'm kind of... It's funny. I think I'm doing better on this run than I did when I was doing it on normal. On my test runs. But you can see the doors... Certain objects like these doors are always rendered as if there's like no lighting. Or I should say as if lighting doesn't matter, I guess I should say. Like, it's always full bright. No matter what. So it looks kind of weird. Because this is an object and not the part of the, you know, the BSP geometry. Although, honestly, all things considered, I haven't noticed that many problems. Like, basically, the objects are unaffected by lighting and the HUD numbers are borked. But otherwise, it's actually mostly smooth. There's obviously some differences because the game runs at 60 FPS instead of 30. Which is kind of weird because I don't know this for sure, but I've heard that the when you turn you can turn the FPS above 60, and I've heard that when you do that, the game has, you know, interpolation, right? So to get the in-between frames, like, it doesn't actually increase the tick rate past 60, which then raises the question: why don't they just do that for? Why don't they just do that for above 30 then? Because so many of the problems with this game for such a long time was purely because of the fact that the game running at twice the frame rate completely screws everything. And to this day, there's still tons of problems because of that. Like the fact that most of the Halo games are like way harder on higher difficulties because the higher tick rate means everything reacts faster and just like obliterates you. Like, probably one of the most infamous examples of this is Gravemind in Halo 2, where if you play Halo 2 Classic on like Legendary, the brutes at the start give you like a good like second before they start shooting at you. Whereas you play MCC on Legendary and like you're dead before you even like... It's like you're like still in the loading screen and you're dead already. Which is a bit of an exaggeration, but it's kind of ridiculous. Like, it's actually super obvious when you pay attention to that. How ridiculous the like doubled frame rate like makes the game. Alright, we can maybe finally start seeing some new things. And we got this, that's fun. We got a mini warthog. We got the bouncing oh fuck, we got the bouncing rocket. Yeah, I saw this. Look at this thing. So this rocket bounces just like any like normal projectile would, but it always I don't even know how this works. Like, it explodes every time it bounces. I'm not totally sure this works, because I'm not even sure if this is possible to replicate in future games, because I'm not sure if the engine works like this in later games. Maybe it does. It's like I looked into it and it just bounces like any projectile would, like a sniper rifle does in future games, you know? That's like a pretty infamous thing where like you shoot a sniper rifle at a sharp angle on, you know, most surfaces and it'll bounce. And that's exactly how this thing works, except it always bounces 100% of the time, no matter the angle, and it explodes when it does, which is crazy. Anyways, there. Oh. What even happened? Oh, did I get a scarab gun? Nice. I got the scarab gun so I could blow up a whole 2 grunts with it. Ain't that fun? Let me take a drink of my Slurpee that I have here. It's like 1 o'clock now. But hey, man. Gotta show off my Canadian roots by drinking Slurpees. I got a big jumbo cup, and my local 7-Eleven for some reason started being like, fuck it, and just only making me pay $1 to refill it, which is, you know, pretty good. It's half the price of a small, and I'm getting like, you know, like a freaking like a liter of Slurpee. Oh yeah, the Super Soaker. I like never used this when I first played. I should definitely be using this more. So we're gonna do that while we, can.
I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach. I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this line.
Is she gonna say the line? I forget how to get her to say the line. She doesn't always do this, but usually if you come over here, she'll say something like, I'm reading thousands of types of flora and fauna. But sometimes she just doesn't. Alright, so how do we get up here? Suppose we can do this from the rock. In my test runs, I kept screwing this up, but on my test runs, I was also, I think I was still doing mouse keyboard. So now we've got a controller. I've got a controller in my hands. That means this should be easy, right? Nice. See, the trick with this thing is you gotta jump right as you blast it, so you get all the momentum. Because if you jump and then blast it like halfway in the air, you're falling, so it slows you down and you don't get as much of a boost. It's all about that momentum, baby. But the thing is, it goes long. It takes longer to blast than you expect it to. Like, I swear the sound is misleading. Like, ugh. What the? Okay. Well, like, it didn't even take fall damage because I'm the greatest. Alright, well. We're avoiding the flappy banshees and all those guys over there. The spirit hasn't even shown up yet because it doesn't show up until you, like, get close to the bridge, I think. So I can go ahead and skip all this stuff. So isn't the Super Soaker great? Isn't that so cool? Like, what are the chances you actually throw that thing and actually blast something? Imagine throwing that and it hits an elite right as it fires and headshots it. What are the chances of that? Let's think about that. Alright. Well, I'm definitely throwing a grenade right off the bat just to see what the hell is going to happen. Hell yeah! Big explosion. That's all you need. Oh, and a PP gun. Brilliant. You know what? Give me that shit. Where'd you go? Hell yeah, I love this thing. It especially is great at dealing with elites because it just shreds their shields.
About time you showed up. Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the party.
It's a mess, sir. We're scattered all over this.
We're scattered all throughout this valley.
You showed up. I thought we were cooked.
Oh, but there's a blunderbuss. Yeah, but the blunderbuss isn't new. I mean, the blunderbuss is, like, the best gun in the game, obviously, but, I mean, like, come on. I can't just use that all the time. It's supposed to be, like, a new playthrough for funsies. Alright, show your fat faces, jackals. Oh! I forget this is new, but there's Magic Girl Elites now. I think that the original mod did not have those, but I could maybe be wrong. Oh, and there's these guys, too. Look at this. This is weird, like, pinkish jackals, but they're not Magic Girl guns. They're texture remover ones. Now, if you ask me, this gun's a little disappointing, because for all intents and purposes, this is basically just a plasma rifle. It has slight bullet drop, which the plasma rifle doesn't have. It has this cool effect, obviously. Like, it looks cool, but in practice, when you're actually using it, it's literally just a plasma rifle. Like, pretty much, like, has, like, basically, like, the exact same fire rates. Even has the thing where, like, you shoot it and it starts to speed up. Of course, my baby Snarker is still in the game. No, I forgot. I've actually forgot for a second. This is the best gun in the game, for sure. Because how can you not love this thing? This is the greatest thing since sliced cheese. As opposed to sliced bread. No one cares about sliced bread. Sliced cheese is where it's at. I didn't even mention this, but I'm not sure if I even knew this during my original run, but the Super Soaker can disable Jackal shields. I forget if it can disable Elite shields. Alright, let's just go to town on these guys. Screw all y'all. It runs out of ammo super quick if you do it like this, but man, does it, like, really good at, like, this is, like, such a good, like, it definitely feels like a successor to the Needler Note. It's a real fire and forget gun. You fire it and it just, like, kills stuff. Okay, yeah, it does. It has like an EMP effect, basically. It's like you shoot at an elite and he instantly loses his shields, which is actually a very nice utility. I don't think it used to do that, unless I'm just crazy and I never noticed. I guess I'll pick this up because I dropped my gun. Who knows where it went. Alright, let's throw a grenade. See what happens. Whoa! Well, I guess I made a Banshee, huh? I guess I made several Banshees. Wait. Does this make Banshees that are flyable? Okay, well, I win. GG. I was gonna do other stuff, but like, I've never in my life had a Banshee this bad. I gotta be careful, obviously, because if you fly too high, you get screwed by the barrier. Because like Halo 1 doesn't have barriers for the most part, but this level in particular has like a special trigger that's like all around like the out of bounds areas. That's like, if you fly to it, it like disables all your inputs for a little while. Because like it's there to make sure you don't fly out, drive out of bounds with a Warthog. But it'll affect anything, and like if you're not careful, you can like, accidentally get up there with like a Banshee or something, or like if you just get stuck up there, you're just soft locked. It's like you have to revert to save. But wow, I just realized this means I don't even have to do the bridge. Goodbye, bridge. Who needs you? I've never actually flown over here. This is kind of fun, actually. Thought if we get to actually explore this area. I'm gonna get a checkpoint before I do anything crazy, though. It's like I'm paranoid that I haven't actually gotten a checkpoint yet because I don't even remember. So let's get a checkpoint, and then I'm gonna look around there a little bit. Because why the hell not? I'm here. I'm in a unique scenario. I've got a Banshee. Love this thing. Gotta be careful though, because you get stuck in everything with this thing's abhorrent handling. It takes forever to turn. Okay, well, Cortana's not saying her stuff, which immediately makes me think I've missed something. But maybe it's just a coincidence. Do I have a checkpoint yet? Like, come on. There we go. Alright. Well, instead of exploring down there, because, I mean, you can just fall down there. Let's see what's up here. Is there a barrier up here? No, but there's, like, just kind of a wall. I forget how low down this goes, actually. Like, let's... here's the fun thing about the Banshee in this game. Just let go of the controller. And the Flappy Banshee doesn't do that. Huh. That's kind of a nerf, honestly. I love the fact... That's one of my favorite things about the original Banshee. If you just let go of the controller, and you can just drop like a rock. And you don't take fall damage, because, you don't take fall damage in vehicles in this game. Well, as fun as it is to fly on the Flappy Banshee, I can actually, like...
Maybe they took cover in that structure.
I should actually get out and, fight stuff. Thanks for dropping your PP gun. Uh-oh. Hey, get back here! Jeez, man. Taking a lot of damage. How is there a boing and, like, nobody died? Let's get my shields back before I get myrtleized. Well, unfortunately, it seems to have boing. Oh, my Banshee's still there, thank God. Let's just kill you. Take care of the rabble. Uh-oh. Let's get a med kit before I do anything crazy, and we're gonna head on up.
We should search the interior.
How many people ever thought to do this? Fly up into the sky and then pee all over them. Only in Cursed Halo, am I right? Alright, let's get on in. We're gonna do things in the opposite order I usually do. Usually I go like right to left, basically. And so this time we'll do left to right.
More lifeboats. They're coming in fast. If those lifeboats
Oh.
make it down, the Covenant are going
I guess
to
the
be right on
lifeboat
top.
stuff happening? I'm not sure what caused that. Sometimes like this dialogue starts triggering. I don't know what caused it. It must be just be like on like a timer or something weird. Because like the area that they're in right now is invalid area, right? It's out of bounds.
Marines, assemble for evac, pronto.
But all of a sudden it's like triggering this text, this dialogue in Cortana, which implies that something's happening. But who knows? That's actually super useful because that's like what it's basically like a it's like a spray with a that's just like a plasma pistol spray. It means I can walk up to big groups of elites and just like take out other shields real quick. It is kind of funny to see the Jackals still have their. I mean, obviously it makes sense because it's custom edition, but they have their custom edition quote-unquote shields because it's all going to be based on the original Gearbox Halo PC port. Oh yeah, and there's this fun thing. This is like super rare to actually see, but if your Warthog is ever like missing, Flowhammer will actually drop off new ones for you. This is obviously super rare because, you know, under normal, like, your Warlock's invincible, so the only way to lose it is, like, drop it off this cliff here. I think if it's in the other loading zone that she'll also give you a new one, so I guess that would be a way to get multiple ones, if that actually works like that. Alright, whoops.
Let's roll.
Alright. Hot and heavy, baby, let's go. Which one should we go to second? Because like if I go left or right, I'm still doing the middle one in, you know, the middle. But why not? Just keep it simple. Reversal. I have a Warthog Cortana. Do you not see this? You nincompoop? Still floppy sniper rifle. Not interested. Oh yeah, a lot of the text strings are bugged too. I forgot about this. Like, look at what this looks. Press B to enter space seat of SS Warthog Sedan AT. Like, I don't know why it's like that. It's so weird. I guess I assume it's because they probably changed the way the strings are formatted in MCC. Because, you know, one of the weird differences between MCC.
Covering fire! Damn, you set this thing off. I'd like getting killed again, huh? Whoa!
Whee, man. Driving Warthogs with just a thing full of Marines is like the best in this game. Like, it's so fun. Like, the Warthog in this game is a little like like it's a little like slidey, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Like, it's very slippery, but at the same time, like, the slipperiness makes it super fun to like do stuff like this where you just freaking bank off, you know, and smack stuff with your back. Especially since spidering in this game is just super strong. Like, everything dies instantly. So it's just awesome. Like, I think it's too easy for people to just be like, ah, the Halo 1 Warlock sucks because it's slippery. But it's like, you know what? You have to use that slippery to your advantage. Advantageness? That's good English there, brother.
Make 'em count. Punch it. Nice shot.
Oh, well, that takes care of him. Yeah, and there's his gun. Oof, careful there. Yeah, you have to be careful. The unarmored Marines in particular, like the ones that are just wearing like the fatigues, or I think that's what you call them, like the little like like not like armored, I guess. Like they're just wearing the undersuit. I don't even know what you'd call it. Is fatigues the right word? That actually might be the right word, but for some reason my brain's telling me that's not the right word. But the ones that are wearing those fatigues or whatever you want to call it, they're super weak. Like they'll die really quick. Like I've had times where like I'll have a full health Marine sitting in the passenger seat, and on Legendary and Elite will just shoot it twice and he just drops dead instantly. And like the first shot I'll bring it down to like no health, basically. Because they have very little health. The assault rifle ones, super fragile. You have to be real careful. Especially doesn't help that their health doesn't regenerate at all in this game. Right? Halo 2 was nice enough that Marines could heal half their health. Like, heal up to half their missing health, basically. And then I think Halo 3 has the same thing. Although Halo 3's Marines are kind of ridiculous. Because, like, they have more health than, like, most brutes. Like, it takes, like, on Legendary, or on any difficulty, Marines can tank 2 punches from Master Chief if they're at full health. Which, you know, in multiplayer, that kills the hell out of a player. Which gives you an idea of how tanky Marines are in that game. And then Reach completely toned down the troopers to be kind of more like the Halo 1 power level. Although Halo 1, they're Halo 1 kind of health, but at least they can regenerate to full health in that game. So, you know, vehicle sections aren't like timed, basically. Alright, let's just put you over here. This is a good spot so you can shoot the hell out of dudes, but we're gonna go... Oh man, I love the way that looks though. Like, I love how shiny it looks too. Let's see if there's a PP gun. There is. Let's just spit, you know, remove the textures on that, I wish. Can you imagine? I'll tell you this. If the texture remover actually removed the textures from, like, things permanently, like on objects, now that would be insane, but, like, I don't even know if that's possible in the Halo engine. It probably is, but you'd have to do some crazy stuff. And it probably wouldn't really be worth it. Yeah! Take them out, boys. Gotta burst fire my PP. Ah, yes, the weird... Like, it's funny to me that the Jackal shields are using, like, old shaders, I think is the term. I think that's what it would be. They're using old shaders. Because there's several, like, things that go into making how things look, obviously. I think it's the shaders that make them look... Like, they look basically like a mix of blue and orange Jackals, kind of. Oh, God. That's funny. What was I saying? Right, yeah. So what the? Oh, they're dead, aren't they? The Warthogs moved, which means they definitely blew up. That's unfortunate. But I guess they're not quite like a mix of the two different Jackal races. They're more of like, they're like the blue ones, but they're like a puke greenish. I always thought that was like the worst thing about the gearbox port is the Jackal shields. It just looks like shit. Mind you, it's like, you know, it's not like they could really do much about it. Because, like, people like to shit on the gearbox port. I know I did for a while because I didn't really know much. I didn't really know much about it. Because there wasn't really that much information on it. And then as people, you know, like, did a lot of research into not just, like, the gearbox SS, but also, like, you could, you know, the betas that have popped up of Halo 1 over years. It's almost 100% certain that the reason why the gearbox port looks the way it does is because it's an early version of the game. Because there's a lot of, like, assets in this version that are basically identical to the, like, one of that I forget what it is. Is it the 1749 beta? I think is the number. They're like identical to that. Uh-oh. 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 That's a lot of dudes. I'm completely bored. Maybe? I cannot believe I'm alive still. I'm a lucky motherfucker. Okay, it sounds like the Marines up there are getting fucked by a flood. Which is apt, because that's kind of what happens. Oh god. No! Don't overheat! Okay, we need some pressure here. Okay, where's the elite? I'm gonna take out his shields and I'm gonna go to town. Take him out! There's a gun glitching out, who cares? Take him out! No! Kill him! No! Freak out, you jerk! Don't just stand there like nothing happened. Freak out with your buddy. Oh, my nose is itchy right now. Bad timing. Okay, well, thankfully, the tracking on the heart sucks just like the Needler, so you can just strafe it at close quarters. At longer ranges, it's a little harder, because the big trick with the Needler is that even though it's a slow projectile, you actually want to fire it from long range, because the tracking is much better the farther away the projectile is. It starts off. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think it's just kind of like the tracking gets stronger. Right? I guess there's like a gradual... I'm not even sure what it is, because like I don't think that's even how it works, but like the good example is like play Reach, for example. Use the Needler in that game. If you fire Needler in close quarters, it's hard to hit players in multiplayer with it. But if you shoot it from like just the far outskirts of like the range, it'll basically hit no matter what they do. I guess it's kind of related to the way that like, because like obviously like sniping someone that's far away is easier because they don't move as fast relative to your viewpoint. Dude, I swear it feels like there's something like on my nose now. Just because I didn't scratch it right now, it just feels like I'm like wet. That's so weird. Anyways, yeah, that'll be it for this part. But you know, we'll get a little early bird cameo of probably one of the coolest new guns in this version of the mod. This is, I think, the latency rifle. When you shoot it, it creates like a delayed little like hit marker, basically. And you know, basically, after a random period of time, I don't know how long it is. It's something like half a second, like 2 seconds usually. It'll fire off with an actual sniper shot from that. So it's like, it's this really cool gun where you kind of have to like, it's almost like it rewards you for being like psychic. Or like just having like good foresight. A buffering rifle for having like good foresight. Obviously it's still just good in general against something that can't move. So like I can do this. Jeez. Taking a lot of bullets. Alright, let's just throw a couple of frags for funsies. I saw that happens now. There's like a new frag grenade just like does nothing. Oh, cool. Oh, this is something else I've noticed. I'm not sure if this is a bug or if this is just something like these guys don't have flashlights. Maybe that's because they're using the battery rifle, which is new, so like it works differently.
What is wrong with you?
That's kind of funny too, even if you betray them. Oh, I was gonna say they don't seem to be like shooting me, but it's like a weird delay. Also, yeah, it's a kind of a funny thing. Marines will drop Bukakis too.
Go, go, go!
Whereas obviously, they always do that. Actually, now thinking about it, it's kind of a weird thing. You always just get plasma grenades, even if you punch like a Marine or like a human combat form. No frag grenade drops from punching stuff, which is sad. Oh, hey, we got this thing. You're kidding me. What a thing to get. Well, now I have to fuck around, because look at this. What a thing to get. Hey, wait. How far out can you fly? Because I just realized this lets you... This is fun. So I just crashed. Look at this. You can never see this in normal gameplay, but the Truth and Reconciliation actually has engines on the back here. Look how this looks. Look how cool this looks. You can never see this in normal gameplay, but it has this fancy, like, effect for the engines. Because, like, look how far out it is. The barrier is, like, almost right there. It's, like, the edge of the map. You can barely even see it. Okay, can I get off the... Like, I'm stuck on the barrier. The edge of the map. I keep calling it the barrier. It's the edge of the map. Like, it's not a barrier. There's literally no map there. I don't think there's anything on this end. I'll fly over here just to see, though. Like, yeah, you never see these far parts. Not very easily, anyways. And also, yeah, Truth and Reconciliation ain't solid. Big surprise, I know. Who'd have thought the giant ship way up in the sky it can't be interacted with? Imagine I stood here and it just, like, worked. But, yeah, I think that'll be it for this part. So, yeah, see you guys later.